Okay, this is a strategy guide on how to complete level 30 in Symphony of War. And I remember the first time I played this, I found it very disorientating. There's sort of a lot of moving parts to it. But once you get the strategy down to it, he's actually pretty easy. I wouldn't even call this the hardest chapter. I wouldn't even call it the hardest one. I think there's some other ones that are harder. And the nice thing about it is really you don't care about target turns anymore. I think I usually do it under 31, but you're not as concerned about that. You're just, the victory condition is just simply to defeat Xanatus. But like I said, once you get your strategy down, it's pretty simple. I'm doing this on Warlord mode, which is a little bit more difficult than Captain because you're dealing with 5 units instead of 4, and obviously they hit you harder and you take more hits. So if you're first playing him, though, I'd recommend you do this on the Captain mode setting, not the certainly not the Warlord. But the strategy is the same. So if you look at Xanatus right here, he's got these 4 claws, and then this is him himself. So he's got these 4 claws on him, and this is Xanatus. The strategy is basically to get rid of the claws first, then you can launch your through ranged attacks. So you're going to use your artillery, your bowmen to sort of do that. And that's the first point I want to make. You should bring some ranged units. I've got 4 in this episode. They're actually kind of weak. I spent more time worrying about sort of dragons and stuff and developing heavy infantry units rather than focusing on those. But it doesn't really matter. I can still win this. And that's the point I want to make. It doesn't really matter how much damage your ranged units are doing. You simply want to wear them down, get rid of these claws, and then you can launch sort of your main attacks against him, because he's really vulnerable at that point. He doesn't do a lot of damage. I think he does a stun and a couple spells, but these are the things you gotta sort of get rid of. You can even start your attacks if you get it down to 1 claw, but definitely want to get rid of 2 to 3 claws before you launch your main attacks. So that's sort of how it's done. The other thing is I want to make sure you check his range. Well, we can't do that yet, but I'll show you that in a minute. So there are 3 sectors where he's going to spawn in enemies, right here, here, and here. This is the farthest. And we'll talk about how to divide that up. I usually, what I do is I send my most powerful, at this, and the reason I put these here was, I usually send my most powerful units to each one of those sectors. So Abigail, she's at 40,000. Well, the major, he's actually not... It's weird he's at 30,000, but because there's some other groups that are higher than that, but he's still my top 3. So I usually send my player, in this case it's called I'd call him the major. I send him to the left, and then what I do is I send Diane all the way to the top here, and then I send Abigail to the right. Abigail has a very important artifact called the Temporal Modulator. I think it's my favorite artifact in the game. And if you see this, no matter what you do, get it, buy it, whatever you have to do. But basically what it does is it allows you to, if they attack you first, you basically don't play defense. You go on the attack first. So you're always on the attack. So that's a really good artifact. And that's very useful actually on this board more than anything, because I can kind of park her up here and the units will focus on her first. And we'll show you that. Then I have some ranged here. That's mainly to bust through this first line of defenses, which they throw at you. And then I've got some of the units that will support my primary units in these sectors. So we'll talk about the setup. And that's sort of the hardest part of this game, I think, is the first 3 or 4 rounds, just getting your troops in place. Once you get them in place and you get everybody in place, it just becomes sort of a war of attrition. You're just trying to wear him down. Get rid of some of his claws, and then you can launch your main attack. So again, the first focus is this first line of defenses. And obviously, we need to pay special attention to the cannons. They can do a lot of damage, and the firearms. So we want to get rid of those. I've had instances where there were none, or maybe 1. But this is about the average. You'll get 2 or 3 of them, and you need to take care of them. So that's what we're going to try to do, at least with, and that's why we got these bowmen up here too. So, okay, we're going to launch, first we're going to launch Diane, and that's good. We can get rid of the firearm. She's going to go in first. So we're going to start the mission here. Oh, and the other thing I want to point out here is the temple. So you can always bring down units to revive them. That's one thing, especially, I wouldn't do it for I only do it if it's somebody gets really hammered, like they've lost 3 or 4 troops. Then I bring them down. Down here. Other than that, I don't. If you lose one, I usually don't bring them down. I try to revive them with the major, who's your player. Again, he gets revive. But again, it depends on how you want to do it. So let's start it off. And again, you want to get rid of these in 1 to 2 rounds. I've done it in 1 round before. On Warlord, that's a little bit more difficult. What makes it difficult is getting rid of these archer units. But if you can get them rid of 2 rounds, not the end of the world.
Be with us.
All right, so let's send Diana in here. We're going to get rid of these firearms again. You can see how much damage they did. So really the big threat on here, as always, is firearms. So you need to deal with them. And we, unfortunately, even though we went on aggressive mode, we didn't get rid of them. But that's what we got the bowman for. And so, yeah. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna send.
I must stay strong.
Now we're gonna send Atomic up here. He's gonna go after the rogue, another unit we want to get rid of. And he just absolutely hammered them. I call him Atomic, actually, because I usually name him Atomic for my my channel ID, but so I'm just going to refer to him as Atomic, even though I called him the Major in this. Okay. So that's a decent start. The firearms are reduced. We got rid of the rogues, and this is definitely the next one we want to get rid of. Now, I'm going to send in there Barnabasis.
School is in session.
And because the cannons will have no effect close range, so... And that actually was not the best. Now, what we've got now is, let's move him out of there. We've got the meteor. We want to take advantage of that. And we want to... What do we want to do here? I think we want to use this right here. I think that's... Or we could go here, but these are already damaged. I think we're going to go with the ones that are not damaged. Okay, so it is important to use the powers. They are critical to your success, and we'll talk more about sort of the strategy on using those. Now we're going to send Abigail in. And again, I'm going aggressive on these first just because I want to... Yeah, going aggressive because I want to get rid of these guys as quickly as possible. All right, so now the next one is we definitely have to target this cannon. We don't want him lingering around. So the first thing we're going to do is...
Stay strong, everyone.
We're going to send in the bowman to attack him. Perfect. That's perfect. Okay, so that threat is eliminated. We do have a teleportation here, and so we'll probably use that eventually, but not right now. So the next thing is, I want to see just if we can target. I don't know if he can reach. No, he can't. That's unfortunate. But we might be able to get Sybil in
They'll
there.
notice
Yes.
this one for sure.
Right. So we're going to send Sybil in there. And we just can't leave. Just don't want any cannons lying around. So we got a blessing. That's important. And what we're going to do is send Azuros up here. We're going to wait. We're going to teleport him up there. And then we're going to use the blessing. And he does real well against archer units. The dragons are great against archer units. Okay, that went well. We're going to sit... Now, this is the sort of the strategy I like to take. While it would be tempting now to use the meteor, you know what? I think I'm actually going to use it. Because we still have... I was going to save it for... No, you know what? We're going to save it. Probably not... You know, you can play that how you want. I think we're actually going to save that. All right, so we're going to target this guy. That's just one cannon, so let's target this guy. Okay, that's good. certainly not going to be close to getting rid of them. So let's start. So that's pretty much it. We got to move. Let's just move all the other troops up in place and get them up. Because we really can't reach them. We're going to have to let them launch a counterattack. But the main point now is that we got rid of the big threat, which is the firearms. We might suffer some casualties, but
Swift as wind, strike like
we're going to get all these troops up.
Dinner time.
Here's the artillery. This is my worst developed artillery yet. And
Your orders.
I was sort of, and it's just one of those things. This run I didn't really focus on it, but it is important. And in fact, what I do want to say is, if you can, I should have had 3 more units and these upgraded more. But nonetheless, they will do some damage. But normally, what you want is like a full contingent of these. So, but it's certainly still doable to defeat them. But it would have been a little bit easier if I'd focused more on artillery. I just didn't this run. You just have to deal with really any setup you have, you can defeat them, and that's the point I want to make. You're really fighting a war of attrition. That's the way you need to look at it. You get your setup in place, and you just wear them down, and then you take them out. I mean, it's that simple. Okay, so we're going to end the turn, and now here is where he's going to summon all of his units. They're going to start rolling in here after they're done attacking us. Well, that's an interesting move. Okay, he pretty much tore them up. That was good. He's a powerful unit himself. They're really... kind of surprised they didn't go after Sybil there. They just chose to go... well, finally they do. It's interesting because Sybil was really kind of exposed there. Okay. Oh, that's good. I was worried about that their archers would take out our archers. We survived that. That's good. Okay, so now he's going to put his shield up. And this is, you're going to get really used to this. Is sort of the sequence. He's going to summon in the, and this is really the start of the whole sequence. So he's going to summon in his troops. Okay, and then on top of that, he's going to be nice enough to put up this these burning tiles, and we'll talk about those and some more. And you can't obviously be on here. You can actually survive on here. My heavy groups usually can, but your lower rank groups I wouldn't put on there. And we'll talk about why you might want to go in here eventually, but we're not going to now. So again, here he is. He's summoning. You know, that's kind of a threat right there for sure. We're just looking mainly for firearms. He's got 5 groups. This is actually kind of a this is a sort of a difficult start, but that's fine. So we're going to immediately take the meteor and put it over on these guys. So wear them down a little bit. Okay, so the main thing is now is we want to get Diane up here as quickly as we can. Another thing I would check though, like these guys, that range is pretty good. So we got to make sure we get Diane over here in this area so they can't attack her with the cannons. So it's too bad there's cannons here because I would have liked to have gotten her up here. So we got to be really careful. But we do have teleportation, which we'll probably get. But let's hold off moving here right now. Let's move the other guys. Now, Abigail is going to be over here, so we can start moving her over there. She's going to linger in this area. That's her area to cover. So immediately, let's go over and see if we can attack these guys. Okay, we don't have the blessing yet. We definitely want to get Diane up here. But what I will say is that it's going to take you a couple rounds to get everything in place, so don't worry about it. It's not the end of the world. Sybil,
I'm just getting started.
We're going to keep Sybil over here. I do want to check these cannons. Oh, we got some firearms, too. This is a really dangerous side over here. All right. So let's get... actually, I think I want Jules over here. How far can this fire? So you want to check and see how far these firearms can go. Firearm can't go as far, so we should be okay. All right, so let's get... I want Jules over in this area.
How can I help, my lord?
Or you know what? We can put Jules over here. So we're going to get Jules in place. That's fine. Emmerich. Okay, that's what I was looking for. So let's get Emmerich over here. Actually, let's put a shield on Emmerich. So I don't want to suffer any... They could hurt us, so let's put a shield over here. And we got to get rid of this. And that is why I put that shield there, because I didn't want her to get hurt. Okay, we got the... Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get...
Repent before the righteous.
We are going to get Diane. Oh! She got
Where
a...
I need
Okay, I forgot about that. Alright, let's... Before we move her, let's just check. Okay, so
The paladin never surrenders.
Let's just get her all the way at the top here. So that's the main thing I want, especially the cannons. You have to keep your guys sort of over in this section over here, away from these guys, because they could come. See, he might be able to actually get there and attack her. I don't know. They have some range, so and unfortunately we're just, you know, But if she gets hit, no big deal. We can use the blessing to revive her, and that's the thing. Blessings, by the way, can revive people. All right. So, obviously, she's going to need some more help, but we do at least have her over here. On her own, she can destroy a lot of these units by herself. She's powerful enough, so that's good.
Here comes Sybil.
All right, so we're going to get Sybil over here now. This is going to be her sector. She's going to assist Atomic, so... And that was really well. We got rid of that. Okay, we just have one more here. I do want to get... This is going to be... Azuros is going to sort of back up Diana over here, so we got to get Azuros up there. And I think we're going to take that opportunity to get Azuros up there. So we're going to use the blessing. And this is the thing. You can use the blessing and the teleport to get... So we're getting some people in place already. This is good.
The battle lies before me.
Okay, so we're going to put Atomic over here. That's going to be his sector. And then Huff is going to go up here. The question is, can I get him? Got to be careful with Huff right now. So let's just move Huff like up here. Next round, we'll get him up there. That's fine. Next round, we'll work on him. We'll just get him up here for now. So he'll be getting up there next round. Barnabasis, we're going to...
Sergeant, awaiting orders.
Barnabasis, we can get up there. Let's do it. And let's teleport him up there. He might actually get hit here. We gotta be careful with Barnabasis. He might take a hit. Let's see. I don't know if this carries over each round, but let's terrorize these guys. I don't know if that's gonna work. If that carries over the next round or not. So Lynette here is somebody we do have to eventually get rid of. We've got William down here. We've got Lord Carneth. Let's use Lord Carneth. Okay, that's actually Zalos, by the way, who comes back and assists you. The spoiler alert. All right, so everybody else, we're just going to sort of move up, get them ready. They are all
for the barbecue.
They are all going to be backups. Let's get the artillery ready to go. We may have to heal them up a little bit.
Break their resolve. Oh, sorry. Did you need something?
Okay.
Sayuna will never die.
So these are all the backup units. We will eventually get them into place. Actually, we can start to get William into place too. William's going to be a backup. And we may just keep him, you know, lingering around this area. But this is actually not a terrible start. But we do have a lot of... these are some difficult units here. But that's what Abigail's there for. All right, so now what happens is once I start this, they're going to roll in. Again, you're worried about cannons. Always worried about cannons. We've already talked about you sort of have to learn how to deal with them. Okay, here we go. And you can see why you don't want to be on this red, because he's doing these swipes. So that's why you do not want to be on these tiles. But there are situations you're going to need to be on those tiles. We'll talk about it. Okay. Here comes the cannon. See, we just don't have our units in place. Otherwise, I got to deal with these guys a whole lot easier. And that guy's a problem. That's a big problem. That's a huge problem right there. We're going to have to deal with that. That's a big problem right there. Okay. Actually, this is not the best start, and this is something you just got to deal with. 3 firearms. Wow. I mean, sometimes you're just going to take some casualties, and yeah, that's going to be really difficult to deal with. So I think what we're going to do, we got to deal with that. So first thing we're going to do is send Atomic up here. Actually, let's see if we can reach. This is a huge problem we got right now. Well, let's send Atomic up first. That's the first move. Let's see if we can get rid of these guys. Okay, that was huge because we got rid of. So hopefully we definitely should get a blessing this round, so that's good. We're going to now send in. We're going to use jewels here to wear. Who do we want to wear down? I think this is the bigger threat. Yeah, let's.
We will always find a way.
Or do we want to attack the rogues? Yeah, let's attack the rogues. Oh my gosh, that was great. Okay, so 1 shot gone. That's good. Oh, big. We've got a meteor, but I think we're going to use the meteor. We did kind of use it on them. Let's use the meteor on these guys. Okay, and you can see how important these powers are going to be. All right,
brave.
let's take. Do we want to take Abby up here to help out? No, let's just take Abby on this guy right here. She's so powerful. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to point out is even though you have your sectors, you do have to watch out for horses. They can go all the way across. Like, you know, you're focused on these guys, and they're kind of in a battle, and these guys over here are in a battle, and but these horses, let me look. He could come all the way across. So just keep that in mind. He could come all the way across here and attack Huff. So just keep that in mind. That's a threat. You got, especially when they're down in this area. So just keep an eye on them. So for now,
Donar be with us.
I think we're gonna send
Got all day.
Barnabasis after that cannon. It's not the best, but at least they're reduced. All right, so we've got a teleportation, and now what we're going to do is teleport Sybil up there, because she's got to help out. So let's get Sybil up there. Oh, so that's the thing. Just use these things widely, so we can get her teleported up there. And the question is...
They'll notice this one for sure.
She did really well earlier against... Yeah, much more damage than Barnabasis. Look at that. Just gone. Okay. So, you see how we're using these powers to get rid of these guys, and I think we almost will be close. Not close enough, though. Unfortunately, and that's just the way this worked out, we probably will not be able to move. The question is, who do we want to take the initial hit? Probably, somebody's probably going to be taking a hit from these guys. That's just the way it works. So, I do want to get rid of this horse, so we're going to use... We reduced it enough. Okay, now we've got the blessing. It's an obvious thing here. We're going to attack. I'm going to use Sybil again. And we've got another meteor. So let's use that. Let's use it on these guys right here. Okay, so, and one of the things I do want to point out, and Atomic's going to mention this in a minute, that if you don't kill these units, Xanatus will actually suck them in. and he gets stronger. So that's why you really have to try and get rid of as many of these as possible. Now, my forces are not all in place. I mean, you can see I've got a bunch of people down here still, but once you get them in place, it gets easier. So I'm just letting you know that. All right, let's use Sybil again. And I think
I'm just getting
we're
started.
actually going to go up here. God! Okay, well, that went as good as possible, I guess. There's only one left, so that's reduced. And now we just have this final guy down here who we really can't reach unless we're close to another teleport, though, so we might be able to get somebody up there. But that's going to be
Repent
difficult.
before the righteous.
But we do have to focus on these other units, so somebody's going to take a hit. Okay. Oh, that was huge. Okay. Oh my gosh, do we want to get Diane up here? Unfortunately, Diane's sort of, I don't know.
Where am I needed?
She could go after this guy. Yeah, let's think about that. But first things first, we do have to get. Let's get him up here. Actually, you know what? I want to use that teleport while we can. We could teleport. You know what I think we're going to do? We're going to teleport Diane up here. There we go.
A paladin never surrenders.
Just go on full aggression. And that's why first strikes are so important in this game. We got another meteor. I think we'll use it. Yeah, I mean, and that's the other thing. You know, you got to remember, you can refresh these things. Just holding on to them might not be the best strategy. There are times you do, but other times maybe not such a good idea. All right, so this isn't going to be a total disaster. This is the big worry up here now. Somehow, we've almost got another blessing, though, so okay. Let's bring William up. And we're going to do a normal attack here. Oh, those dragons just murdered him. Okay, well, that was great. We're close to another. Can we get this guy up here? Oh, no. This is what I worry about, though. Oh, no. Well, I don't know if we can get... And that guy's still got 3 cannons. Let's see. Can he reach anybody? No. Okay. So this is the thing, we're going to have to take some hits here. Can any of these guys... We're going to take a hit somewhere. Unless we can... Well, we're going to have to do it. Alright, here we go. This is going to be ugly. But this is... eventually I'll be able to clear all these guys. And that's the thing, the first few rounds are difficult because you just don't have all your forces. Oh, he went over here! But he was so weakened it didn't matter. But I'm glad that happened. That's what I wanted to show you. Gotta watch out for those horses. Actually, the good news, I don't think he's gonna be able to suck any of them in. Okay. Here's gonna be the big one coming up. Oh my gosh. Okay. See what those firearms do, but it's not the end of the world. Here's going to be the big one. Oh, this is going to be... He survived it. But he's got 2... Oh my gosh. Kind of a bad... I mean, it's totally random, but that's sort of a terrible start to have 3 to 2 all those units. Okay. And now he sucked them all in, of course. Okay, so... And here the new ones come. So... That was kind of a rough start. See, less firearms this time, it looks like. Yeah, I mean, less. We had 3 on one side. You can see how much horrible damage that did. Okay. Alright, so now he is exposed. We are immediately going to use the blessing on Atomic. Oh, we got to move him first.
I must stay strong.
Let's move him down here. And we are immediately going... We are immediately going to revive him. And now he is revived. And we're actually going to use his heals. A little bit, but not much. Because he'll heal up once we do the attack. Alright, so Sybil actually survived that.
Here comes Sybil, ready or not.
But she's got a problem in that she's very exposed here, so... We gotta somehow move her out of here. Let's get Abigail in place right here. Again, you do not want to be on this red, so we're going to move him out of here. He was heavily damaged. I want to send him... You know, we're going to send him down to get some revives. I don't want to waste anything. We'll leave Lord Carneth in place. Now we've got to get... I do want to get her up here. Barnabasis also took a huge hit. We might just send him back down.
School is in session.
We'll send him to the temple. We'll get Lysander up here. Gonna start moving some of these other pieces up.
Do you know who I am?
Try to get them in place. Alright, so now Xanus is exposed. This is the one time we can attack him. The shield is gone. Let's get Azuros out of here. Let's get Diane. See, that's a problem. See, this is one thing you want to notice. We have a... You know, she could get attacked, so let's move her over here. You can flip her side to side, and I generally do, because she's exposed right here to this guy. So we'll just move her over there. It doesn't really matter, and just use that strategy. Now, let's get some other people. Start getting some other people up here. Some of these other groups.
Time to even the odds.
We might even use him as fodder. This is my fodder guy, so we don't care if he dials. Ryan's the weakest one of the bunch, so we'll get Tobias up here too. Start getting some of these other guys. Alright, so now, like I said, it is time to attack him. You click on him, you can see, oh, that was a mistake right there. We're going to have to move Lysander, because he can get attacked. So I wanted to say that this is his range of attack, so you have to be careful of that. So, for instance... when we move Emmerich down here, we don't want to move him here, we want to move him right here. You want to attack him, and you'll see not a lot of damage, but it does take its toll over time. Alright, so I have the perk for the extra range on the artillery, so he can come up here and do his attack. He'll do more. A lot more. And if I had 3 more, I should have had 3 more artillery pieces, but you can see though he can't attack back now. And let's just make sure you always double check these red tiles, make sure nobody's on them. All right, so now let's get Jules involved. Jules, we can put him right here, and he can launch his attack. And what we're doing is just sort of wearing him these claws down. That's the main goal. Alright, so now we've got a chance to get teleport Lysander out of here. Let's do it. He could face an attack from that. We'll see. Alright, we've got another meteor. Let's use that. And where do we want to use it? Let's use it on these guys right here. Oh, we still have Huff. Can he reach? I don't know if he can reach. Yes, he can. Okay. All right, so we might take a hit here on Lysander. No big deal, by the way. You know, we still have some forces up here. We're trying to get some of these other units up here too. That's the goal. Let's see what happens. Now he's going to do this annoying thing. This is actually the most annoying thing. He starts to claw your troops. At first, it might seem. I think he does it now, or maybe not. Okay. Now, did you notice how Abigail attacks first? Yes, because she has that temporal modulator. That's why that is a huge artifact. That is why there's a huge artifact on this board. That guy got all the way down there. Oh. Diane just with that one swipe. Oh my gosh. Okay. So at least we got some. I'm worried about Lysander here. Oh no, it didn't come all the way down. That's good. All right, that was huge. Yeah, we're getting some. We're getting. This is gonna go a little bit better, I think. Oh, I forgot about. Oh gosh. Look at Sybil hanging in there. Okay, she's gonna take a lot of attacks here, I fear. But she's healing up. Oh gosh, I forgot about Sybil. Poor Sybil. Very exposed. Sybil is very tough, though. She's like my 3rd or 4th best unit, so I'm not... That's why I... No, she did a great job there. Okay. Should we keep her up there and just take those... Should we bring Atomic up? Alright, so here's where he comes and does something I find very annoying. He comes and starts just attacking all your groups. This is why I have more heavily armored groups. But you can see he's doing a lot of damage to the archers. And the artillery. He'll hit them hard to the point where I probably have to bring the artillery down. Yeah, this I find really annoying. But it's really... Since I have a lot of heavily armored units, it doesn't do too much damage, but where he will do damage, which is really annoying to the groups that we need to attack him. Well, he didn't take out the artillery. And the reason I actually dumped a lot of the Salmon of Health buffs into this artillery so that he could survive some of those swipes. That was another strategy I'd like to give you. Let's actually heal him up.
Guide my attack.
Well, first things first. We got Sybil up here. She obviously doesn't want to stay on that red. But we do want to use these things as quickly as possible. All right, let's use the meteor. And I think... We're going to bring Abigail up here to attack that guy. But meanwhile... Let's attack these 3, because we can get more bang for our buck there. Okay, one thing we definitely have to do is start to move some of these other groups up here. Lysander...
Battle formations.
Boy, Barnabasis, I'd like to use that blessing on him, but and maybe we will. Okay, but let's...
They'll notice this one for sure.
Let's get Sybil up here, and we're going to have her attack these guys. She's doing really good damage. Okay, that was good. All right, and then we're going to give the blessing to her. Again.
I'm just getting started.
Okay, good. Got rid of that group. We're clearing this one pretty good. Atomic's going to come up here now. And let's go for this one. Okay, we're getting a handle on this situation. We're starting to get our troops in place. Tobias, we're going to bring Tobias... what is Tobias? 25,000. Yeah, Tobias is going to come up here. And then we're going to teleport Tobias. So we've got some more backup here. This is good. Okay. Just want to get Tobias in place. Barnabasis is retreating. We're going to go revive him.
What's our next tactic?
And we're going to bring Lysander up here. Let's put some fear in these troops. Okay. So we've got
How
Jules all the way up here. Jules is going to launch an attack on this guy. Massive damage. Good. All right, reduced. Let's send Abby up
I can do this.
here. Or do we want Abby? That firearm has to be dealt with, so we're going to do that. I hate to be on the red, but there are times where you just have to bite the bullet. Yeah, I mean, it just had to happen. And maybe we can teleport her off of there. We'll see. That cannon is a big problem. So let's go back. We've got another meteor to use. I think we're just going to use it on this guy, yeah. Okay.
Where am I needed?
So Diane's going to go up here. She's okay on the red. She doesn't usually get hurt up there on that red, so... Okay, good. We got rid of... Oh, and she got the... Now,
A paladin never surrenders.
I wanted to point out why she's doing that. That's that Jade figurine. A huge... I love that, putting on that her, because she's usually my most powerful group. And that gives her a chance at a second turn. And you can just see how important that is. That's another hugely important thing. Oh, that is huge. Okay, doing much better this time. And we got another blessing. Do we want to use that? Where do we want to use that? Let's use that on Abigail.
I must not fail.
So there we go. Yeah, we're really getting in place now. We took some... the early part was not great, but we're really starting to. Also, while I'm thinking of it, I want to use these these board heals on the artillery, so I don't have to worry about that.
I love this part.
Main thing is to keep the artillery healed. That's really our big damage dealer against Xanatus. Okay, Emmerich. Can Emmerich reach them? No, but that's fine. He can just wait here. We'll bring him down. We have to get Huff over there. Alright, so... Let's get Huff in place, though. Let's get him right up here. I don't think he can reach Huff. No. Let's put Huff right here for now. And then what we're going to do is teleport... So we got some more groups up here. That's good. Now they're going to launch their attack against us, but we're in pretty good shape here. We'll bring... I don't know if Xanatus can't really reach... I don't want Xanatus on the red, so we'll just put him right here for now. We're making sure he's off the red. You do take a little bit of a hit here, but less on the red. So if you have to come up here... And that's the thing. If you have to come up here, do it. It's worth it. Because you don't want to risk the counterattack, which can be far worse. Now, this guy... he might actually go... I forgot, he's so limited. We've got another... So who's the most powerful here? These groups don't really scare me. Let's use this final meteor on these guys. I think that's a good... Okay, do we want to take a risk?
You make this
Let's
too
see.
easy.
So let's move her up here, and we want to get her situated up here. So Ryan can stay where he's at. William can be the backup. Oh no, William needs to be. Let's send William down to revive. We're sending Barnabasis. Everybody else is in pretty good shape. Okay, there we go. Let's end the turn. I don't think we have any more moves to make. So just make sure again nobody's on this red. Oh, as I say that, there we go. Okay, because that will be a big hit. Not just a little hit, a huge hit. And the main thing we're trying to do is avoid him from sucking in units. And so these groups will attack us, but they're not going to do... We're going to be able to handle them. Let's just say that. Oh, he went back under. Well, he's going to get sucked in. If you have a group that gets sucked in, not the end of the world. He went under Xanatus. That's unfortunate. Doesn't happen a lot, but... Boy, that... She took a big hit there. Okay. Oh. Ever wonder why I hate firearms so much? That's unfortunate. And see, I should have noticed that they might attack. I should have moved him away, like over here. And that's the thing. You just need to keep an eye on that. You know, I should have noticed that. That was a bad miss on my part. And that's the thing. You have to keep an eye on who these guys might attack. I sort of missed that, and Tobias was exposed. But that's okay. We'll get that figured out. All right. So let's.
Here comes Sybil, ready or not.
We're going to actually revive him. So we're going to wait, and we're going to use the blessing on him to revive him. And that's the thing. It's not the end of the world. Just. I don't want to run him all the way back, so we'll heal him up. And just like that, that's the huge thing about the blessings. Let's have Lysander now attack. Get revenge on this jerk. There we go. Let's get rid of... Let's save the meteor. Now, this is a time where you may... Well, that guy is... Wyatt is right there. You know what? We're going to send... Gonna take a little bit of a hit here, but I really don't want to. I want to avoid units that get absorbed by him.
Righteous.
Okay, and now we can get
ready for the
we're really getting our troops in place now. In fact, I may just leave these down here as backups.
I await your command.
Let's send William down here to get his revives. We're sending Barbasus down here. This is great. Now we're getting everybody in place. And we can move Emmerich across. Now we've got archers on all three sides. Stefan, where do we want Stefan? I'm going to put Stefan over here. He'll help cover this area. He's a backup. We'll keep Ryan here, and we'll keep Rajgula, whatever his name is, here. Look at that. We've got...
I must be brave.
Got the setup. I mean, we can always bring them up if we need further assistance, but right now...
I'll notice this one for sure.
This is the desirable position. Nothing got absorbed, and that's kind of what you want. Well, we may have one get absorbed here. We could... Actually, we're not. We're going to bring up... And this is what, you know, these archers are here for. Well, let's hold on that for a minute. Oh, that one's badly damaged. Okay, so we got this.
For my people. For my homeland.
We've even got a teleportation. What do we want to do here? Yeah, let's bring up... Okay. And now, let's teleport poor Sybil out of there. So she won't take a hit on there. We'll get her out of there.
I must stay strong.
We will... And look at that. They are all gone. He can't absorb anything. Let's go ahead and end the turn. And now the cycle starts over. They're going to bring in their troops. Atomic's going to take a little hit here. That's okay. And like I said, you may have to come up here and just do that. It depends. Like that, that's not going to be a difficult formation. That's not too terrible. See, it depends on what you get. Actually, no firearms. Look at that. Well, some of these may have firearms if you look at them. This guy might. But now they talk, and now they talk, and now they talk. Wish you could turn this off if you've played this again, because we already know. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And then Atomic's going to respond with all this stuff. I don't care. Yeah, good. Basically going to say, you're a horrible person. We won't miss you. Megalomaniac, how do you feel? We don't care. I don't think Xanatus... Actually, I don't think Xanatus really cares. That's yeah. Okay, good. Alright, so the cycle just starts over again. So we gotta do the same thing. Who's the threat here? Okay, so let's get him out of the way. Diane can kind of hang out. Maybe we'll move Diane over here, because she can probably take the damage from these guys. Let's move the... We gotta get this guy off the red. He's there. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have. That was a mistake. That's fine, though. All right, so we want to attack Xanatus, and I wasn't thinking. So he's already in place, so we can just... I usually just kind of leave him there. He's not really under a lot of threat, so... Okay, and then let's move... What I like to do is put Stefan right here.
Did you need something?
And then I can kind of see where I gotta put... I usually leave Stefan right there, and then we can move... You see, we got him down about 35%. I mean...
How can I help, my lord? He will always find a way.
There we go. He's down about 40% now. I mean, and what are we on turn here? 7. So, by about 20 or even less, I'll have him. Actually, it'll be less than that. Probably be about round 16. I'll have him dead. I'm not going to go through this whole thing though. I just wanted to show you the overall strategy. But this is it. I mean, that's pretty much it now. Let's move Atomic back here. Let's move Sybil back here. He's probably gonna... I don't think these guys really scare me. Let's see where the firearms are. Some of these groups have some... Okay, so this guy's got a firearm, but nothing. It's only 2 of them. So you know what? Let's use the meteor on those guys. I think that's a good hit right there. And let's see. There's probably a firearm over here in one of these groups. No, that's it. Okay. So Abby is... Actually, let's put Abby right here. I don't think they can reach... No, they can't. We gotta move him. And there we go. That is the strategy. I think I explained it well. It's just the same cycle. When these guys come down, get your guys a little bit away from them. Especially if they're cannons, you have to move them a little bit farther. But that's it. You know, we got a bowman, we got some troops up here to deal with each one of these. And the main thing is, like I said, you don't want to let him just absorb these. You're in a war of attrition. We've already worn him down. I mean, he's down. You know, he's what? Oh, you can see his health here, his overall. Well, that's his. I'm sorry, that's his main health. Even that's starting to go down a little bit. So when we attack him, you know, he'll be quite a bit less. So, oh, I didn't notice that before. Wait a minute. Let's go back there real quick. So you can see his... How did I get that arm up? I just... Oh, you click on this. I see. Or how did I get that up? I didn't notice that before. I did something different there. I don't know what I did. Okay. But anyways, oh, I know what it is. You click on these. Oh, I never realized that before. Okay. So you can see these arms are starting to wear down. Like... Yeah, I mean, they're starting to wear down. Okay, well, that is the overall strategy guide to defeat Xanatus. I hope you found that helpful, and, you know, we're in pretty good shape. Actually, let's go into the temple. You know, you have to buy the revives. 100 apiece. I've never used 15,000. I've never even used... I think most of the time I come in here with 5,000. Actually, I should have used this money to buy more, like, health stuff, health and agility buffs, but... Nonetheless, I mean, this is more than I think I've only used at the most, maybe 1,500. But, you know, I would keep 5,000, 6,000. I think that's a good number. And then, you know, you can also purchase refresh heals here as well. So, again, if you have a big hit, like you can see with Barnabas, he's got 4 guys dead. bring them down at that point. Don't, or you could use the blessing if it's the situation. Usually I like to use the blessing to attack these guys, but if you have a situation where you think you can pull it off, go ahead and use that too, so you don't have to send them all the way down here. Okay, thanks for watching this.